Totally.
So opening up the doors for international,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's Northeast, so really looking at expanding. And going back to that, the economic impact, getting people from not just Rhode Island, which we love, like you said, we love Rhode Island, but getting people into the city and making it, having people spend money, having people come from other places, both designers and people showcasing. What are your hopes for that?
So it's really interesting that you mention that, because there is always a ripple effect when an event comes in like this, where the restaurants benefit, salons, production teams, a lot of people can benefit from it. And I'm really trying to educate people that a fashion week, even though it can be marginalized a little bit, if it's produced correctly, it definitely is an impact for the economy. 5.9% of all jobs in New York come from their fashion week.
Oh, wow.
Will we ever get to that point? Probably not, but it's a perfect stepping stone. And I just want Rhode Island to be recognized as not only as the creative capital as it's been, but also as a fashion design capital. It'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and you just said it. Will we ever get to that New York?
Probably
the
not.
jobs. Do you think the style will ever get to that New York, Paris, London?
I think that it's an amazing stepping stone for, they call it like a mid-tier events and mid-tier city. I think it's a perfect stepping stone where we can align well with the Seattles and the Portland, Oregons, and those types of smaller but successful fashion weeks. So, and that's what we're trying to become.
And I mean, we do have really interesting designs here. I mean,
We
we
do.
have RISD. We have a unique, organic feel in this city. And I mean, are you looking to showcase that as well as bring in these other big ideas?
Oh, 100%. And we still are going to do the Seed Student Design Challenge. Cool. So we're going to open the week with that, where we're going to be using 5 RISD students. So they'll be creating three-piece capsule collections, and it will be judged by industry panelists. And then they'll get a write-up in a local magazine and a nice little boost to put in their scholarship. So some money's always good.
Money is always,
right?
money
Especially for these students.
Always good. And then one of your signature events is a fundraiser. So
Yes.
What are you hoping to do to help the community?
So we work with Child and Family in Newport, and every year we put on something called Au Courant, and that always happens in the Newport area. Last year we took a year off because it was our 125th anniversary. But this year we're returning. I know. I was like, you guys are that old. I was surprised. But this year we are returning with Au Courant, but this is another surprise. Swim and Au Courant will be in the same thing. So it's going to be Au Courant Swim, presented by StyleWeek, benefiting Child and Family in Newport.
Fantastic.
So that will be June 17th. So
you're
we're looking
busy.
forward. Yeah, things are really busy. But I love to be busy. I can never really relax. I like to be doing things that makes me feel like I'm staying out of trouble.
Good for you. Fantastic. So will that be this coming June?
Yes, so that will be first.
Okay,
Yeah.
So that's going to be first, and then you're launching.
And then the Northeast, the big one,
Wow.
September, and then we return next February. So we're back on it.
Wow. So what have things been like? I mean, did you ever really take a break, or did you have the team up and running? I mean, what has it been like to get things up and moving again?
I tried to take a mental break,
Yeah.
but even when I'm breaking, where I'm not planning anything, it's still on my mind. I always I really created Style Week for the designer and the community, where it's all about them. And I always put that in, our social media and our marketing. It really is all about you guys. And I always want to streamline and make the attendee experience be better. And every Style Week is not good enough for me, whether it comes from lighting or the attendee experience or parking, anything. So I'm always trying to think about how to make it better, how to make it progressive, how to keep it looking professional, because that's what you really walk away with, is how professional the event was, and the designer experience. And of course, we have so many people involved from the community that we want to make sure that they are getting something out of it, whether it's marketing, whether it's confidence, whether it's networking. Style Week has been a huge networking event for a lot of different cultures in the city and state, and that has been probably the most honorable thing that I've gotten out of it for myself. But I'm thinking, just kind of keeping it up to that par, and I'm always in competition with myself. So I always want to make it a little bit better. But, back to your original question, taking a break, I did. We stopped planning for a bit. I stopped looking on, other fashion weeks.
What's everybody else doing?
Yeah, like what's Vancouver doing? What's Toronto doing?
Yeah.
But I did take a break. But I still dreamed about it. I still thought about it. I still was talking to my husband every day about it. And it's in my blood. It definitely, I don't want to get rid of that platform for designers. And I don't want Rhode Island to not be looked upon as, a design destination, because we really have something here. We really do in Rhode Island.
And do you think that being at the convention center and bringing in these other groups will draw more attention? on the
I'm
national stage.
hoping so, yes. I mean, we have a wonderful PR firm, and they really help us with that. And I'm hoping that us being at the convention center and showcasing that we're going to expand to some level, I think that will definitely help. And the city of Providence is really good at promoting us as well. But after I started to see the amount of interest from New York designers over the last Style Week and getting their people to come and then their people to come, so it was interesting to see kind of the ripple effect in that regard of New York taking notice of our production. So, and it was like, we left on such a high note, you know, with over 62 million online press impressions.
Oh, wow.
And it was just, we got great press. I kind of needed to take a step back to be like, oh my God.
I did it.
We kind of did this, and now we have to make sure that we continue this, you know, trajectory to make sure that people look at us still in a very professional light. So it's crazy.
And what are some of the, you know, requirements to be in the show? I mean, you said you only have a few spots left.
I know, it's really hard.
I mean, that's fantastic. So what does it take to get into the show itself?
So I look at a lot of heart and character. A lot of our designers who showcase with us, they want to do this full time. They want to see this brand be able to support them later, and they're serious about it. One thing that we are looking at this season for designers is I want them to be able to have the ability to produce and manufacture their own line.
Oh, okay.
So we have partnered with a company in New York called the Martini Factory who can help them get there. And they're all about production, manufacturing. They help a designer get from A to B with their line, and then they can go ahead and brand it and go to trade shows and start really developing their business. So it really is about business at Style Week, where I really want people to use this as a springboard to getting their designs and their collections created.
That's neat. And when people, I mean, not everybody loves fashion.
Yeah.
Not everyone loves, like, I'm not the most stylish person.
Actually, me neither, so don't worry.
But it is interesting to see what's out there. I mean, if people are, you know, somewhat curious, I mean, is this really an event for them? Or are you going to see, you know, the weird, crazy, funky stuff that is like, I would never wear that? I mean, what are you going to see?
So I tell designers to look at our runway as their canvas, but also look at it as a way to tell people what to buy, set trends. You also have to have a little bit of sellability in their collection. So you will see some avant-garde pieces, absolutely. But you have to look at this as an experience and almost as a theatrical outlet for them as well, and kind of use your imagination as a translate from the runway to the real way, as they call it. But you will be seeing designs that you would be able to wear off the runway, you know, and we urge the community to come partake because it's an experience at the end of the day. We have a lot of the communities who come, who attend, and they're not even in fashion. They could care less, you know, but it's a fun environment. You see a bunch of people you know from the community, and it's a fun event. And you can actually go to a New York, you know, a production that looks like you're in New York in Rhode Island. So it's really important that I keep it up to that par so people can walk away and say, wow, this was in Rhode Island. So
what are some of your next steps as you get ready for swim and as you get ready for this?
A lot of meetings. Yeah, a lot of meetings, a lot of planning, a lot of time management. Just getting ready for swim is actually one of the easier things to get ready for because it's one day. But then after, we are going to go ahead and go into the convention center, do measurements, get all the designers lined up, the marketing starts. It's a whole gamut. It's like a little production.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for filling us in on all things Style Week Northeast. It's coming back.
See you there.
That'd be great. I would love to. Maybe I could get some advice and fashion tips.
We'll trust you.
Okay.
You look fine.
Thank you so much. All right, Rosanna from Style Week Northeast. It is back. You are launching in September 20th through 23rd, and you are going to be at the Rhode Island Convention Center.
Yes.
Again, congratulations.
Our new home. Very excited.
Thank you so much for joining us.